Yeah.
Peace, black man.
Peace, black man.
Good to see you, man.
Morning.
It's good to be here, man.
Let me
Love the
just
show, man.
Thank you, man. Let me just say, man, before Miss Jones takes it over, you are truly welcome here, my man.
I appreciate that, man.
You are a pioneer in the game, and please understand that there's no disrespect towards you. I'm just not going to partake in the interview because of the certain element out here that, you know, could quite possibly take this whole beef situation the wrong way.
I got you.
I know you did not initiate nothing, and that's why we say, yeah, bring him through. Bring him through. He deserves to be here.
Thanks, man.
But these speckled Negroes, 1 minute they love me, 1 minute they hate me, and me and this young man right here have 40 movies to make.
Oh, yeah.
But you are welcome here, man. That's from the heart.
It's good to be here.
Take it away, Miss Jones.
It's good to have you here.
Thanks,
First,
babe.
let me just say, QBL!
Yeah.
If y'all forgot, now remember, I heard you on Flex's show the other night. And
Okay.
you're talking a lot more now.
Yeah, we had to talk. I had to talk a lot, man.
Right.
It's like, it's an issue that's, it's affected New York and the whole country, you know, the music, and didn't really want nobody to get it sideways, you know. At the end of the day, you know, that's my brother, and it's about, you know, peace. And, you know, we did our battle of the minds on wax, but let's keep it peaceful and positive.
Right. Now, I don't want to beat around the bush because people have been waiting to know. What prompted the whole Nas Jay-Z battle on wax?
It's crazy, man. It's like I've been talking about this for a while to a point where, you know, it's crazy. But I gotta say, it's just really hip-hop. It's always been the essence of hip-hop that two brothers would clash on the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just think I think it was just had to happen. You know, I don't know why God chose us to go at it, but it just had to happen.
Now, I read in an article you said that a while ago you were at a Steve Stout event, and he was talking to you and saying that he felt that Big was good, but that he was better or had surpassed Big.
Yeah.
And I guess basically he was having a conversation with you, and you didn't feed into it so much, but then he turned around and flipped on you.
Well, we talked about what would happen because we knew that the tension was getting hot in the streets about me and him. And we talked about what would happen, and basically I was like, you know, my thing is I don't want this to, you know, go into the streets with you know, in the jail system, and you got on the streets or in the schools with the young teens that don't understand what this is about. At the end of the day, Jay's driving off in a Rolls Royce and Nas is doing pretty much the same. So we're not fighting each other. We're not at each other's throats or anything like that. It's a hip-hop battle, but being that we at a certain status, so-called status, it's going to be looked at on a bigger level, and people might take it the wrong way. No, we had to air out our differences, you know what I mean? And that's it. That's where it stays, you know? And brothers I think we just did a good thing by letting brothers know we meant about this, and we going to keep it, you know, in a manly way and not let it go into no ignorance or nothing like that.
Right. Now, you said on Flex's show that one night he was up here on the station and he was talking about you, or you thought he was talking about you, and you paged him on the pager, and he paged you. And
I paged him. I said it's all fair, love, and war, because they were trying to get at me on the radio.
Right.
And he told me, you know, he said he sent me a number, and I called Dog, and he basically, we was trying to keep this thing cool. We was trying to keep it cool, but it came to life.
Right. And then when he came at Prodigy, you took that personally because you felt like if he came at Prodigy first, you'd be next.
I felt that way, but he said my name.
Right.
See what I'm saying? At the Summer Jam. When he came at Prodigy, that's one thing I knew why he did. That's their business. Of course, I'm going to feel a little bit funny, but I know Prodigy's his own man. He said my name, and that's really what got me into it.
Right. Now, when he said your name, did you automatically say, oh, I'm going to come back at him, or did you try and let it go, and it just kept bubbling and bubbling? And
Nah, I definitely said I got to get at him, but not just the next day.
Right.
Wouldn't be fun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wanted to really think it out and do it right.
All right.
Because I had an album, I was working on my album that's out now, Stillmatic, and I said, Dag, I don't want this to, Stillmatic is out, y'all.
in stores?
Yeah. I didn't want that to take me away from our focus, and it didn't. You know,
Right.
I just did one song going back at him, and that was it.
All right. I'm going to ask you to open up, loosen up a little.
Okay.
And I get a little deeper. Will you let me?
We here, man.
All righty.
We here.
It's 7:40. Nas is in the house with us. Call up with your questions. It's Hot 97.
Thursday, December the 20th, 2001. Nas is in the house.
Yes, sir.
Nasty Nas. Nas Esco.
Yeah.
And then what was it? Nostradamus?
Nostradamus.
Ask him about that Nostradamus thing, Miss Jones. Come on.
Come on, Star. All right, I'm asking you. You ask him. Come on, Star. Please.
I'm sitting back on this.
I know. Just please, just.
Can you explain to these young folks, Nas, who Nostradamus was?
Michael Nostradamus was an Italian
Yes.
doctor, poet, a brother who was working on a lot of science, and his family died, and this was like in the 16th century. His family died from a plague that was a disease back in those days that he couldn't cure. So he kind of went into seclusion. He was mad at the world that he couldn't cure them, and when he went into seclusion, he was said to start writing things that
And he saw visions and things like that.
visions, man, of the future, and he just basically talked about things that happened hundreds of years later, man. So his last predictions went into the year 2000, so that's why I dropped Nostradamus toward the year 2000.
Right. Now, you're very knowledgeable. I know that, but...
Thank you.
Because, you're very welcome.
I try to be.
No, and you are. And I think a lot of times you get a lot of flack because you don't come out with maybe the most... you don't come out with what your fans may be expecting all the time.
Right.
And then they say, Nas lost it. Or,
Right.
have you heard that? Nas
All
ain't
the
the same.
time.
But it's just, why do you think they would get that feeling from you?
I think because I'm not scared to experiment and try things that's new. I'm not scared to go outside of what's gimmicks and what the people are doing to sell records. If it doesn't sell, my main objective is not to sell records, but just to be brave enough to make some music that I feel is different and from my heart. And I think it's kind of easy to do radio records and club records, and I'm not knocking the brothers who do it, but there's got to be somebody that's not scared to just do what's in his own heart and not compromise who he is for radio and TV and be real, you know?
Right. Now this last the current product, Stillmatic,
Yeah.
that's in stores now.
Yeah.
Where was your mind when you did this? I don't want to say it was all about the Jay-Z thing, because it couldn't have been.
Absolutely not. Nah. With this album, it's been like going full circle in my career, in my life. Illmatic was my first CD. Came out in 1994 with a brand new renaissance of rap, the way it flowed and the way, just the topics and the content, really just because of my inspirations, the Coogee Raps, KRS-Ones, LL Cool J's, Eric B. and Rakim. I just wanted to take it into the 90s with a new wave. So the mind state I had then, a lot of people want that on all my albums after Illmatic.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I knew Stillmatic, the title, would stir up some
expectation,
in people. Yeah.
Comparison.
Yeah. So,
Right.
but my goal was to take it to the next level than my first album, because I can't do what I did back then because I'm not the same person. I don't want to do that.
Right. You've grown. Times are different.
Yeah.
But speaking of coming full circle, you're back with AZ. He's on the album.
Yeah. That's my man.
The Flyers.
The Flyers. Me and AZ do a collaboration. We had a chemistry back then. We kind of fell out through the years, and we got to be men about it. So I thought it'd be politically correct to have my boy back on Stillmatic.
The fallout. What was the fallout about? Was it over money? Was it over women? Was it over artistic?
You know what it was? We young. We was working on the Firm album with Foxy and Nature and the rest of them dudes. So brothers was making money. We was young and having fun, and everybody had to live their own life. We grew apart. We just grew apart for a while.
Right. And speaking of growing apart, Nature and Cormega, I want to talk about that whole, they're coming at you and blaming you for them not being successful, in a sense.
Right.
We're going to get into that when we come back. Miguel's giving me the wind-up sign. Off the Stillmatic, this is in stores right now.
Yeah, I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, we got a Stillmatic album release party again, December 18th at the Hammerstein Ballroom, y'all.
December 18th?
No, my bad. My
28th.
bad. That's the album release date. The 28th.
You got that on the brain?
Yeah, I'm bugging. December 28th, y'all. Come through the Hammerstein, man. I'm going to be chilling. I don't think I'm doing a show. I think I'm just going to chill and shake hands and kiss babies and stuff.
That's good. They called me last night to host that.
Do it. Come on. Come down. And, come on, please.
It'll be family day.
Yeah.
All right. Stillmatic in stores right now. All right. Now I have to just jump into this because, you're coming at Prodigy on the album. Why?
K-Slay tape. I'm chilling in Bahamas, working on my album.